Hello children, good morning to one and all. After a long Diwali vacation, welcome back to school. I hope you all are fine and healthy and you must have enjoyed your Diwali vacation, isn't it? Now, welcome back to K-Tech High School. So, we will start our second term with all great energy and positiveness. Okay? So, let's begin. So today children will be learning lesson number 10, Cell and Cell Organelles, part 1. In this video, we are going to learn about the cell and the components of cell. It is very interesting lesson. Okay children? So let's start. Now cell. Last year, we studied that cell is the structural and functional unit of living organism. Okay, we have been learning in our previous classes what are cells. So, children, can you tell me how many types of cells are found in living organism? Yes, there are two types, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. These are the two types of cells. Now children, can you tell me which instrument which is used to observe these cells? Yes, it is a microscope. Microscope is used to observe the cell. Yes, now let's move ahead. Now here you can see two cells, that is a plant cell and an animal cell. Here the cells have different components or organelles present in them. We have mitochondria, cell membrane, nucleolus, cytoplasm. So we will study each and every part of the cell to understand the process occurring within the cell. The first component of the cell is a cell wall. It is found around cells of algae, fungi and plants. Animal cells lack cell wall, means they don't have cell wall. Cell wall is an elastic and strong coat around cell membrane. It is mainly composed of carbohydrates like cellulose and pectin. Now afterwards, polymers like lignin, suberin, cutin are added in the cell wall as per needed. Now the function of the cell wall is to support and protect the cell by preventing entry of excess water in the cell. So this is the main function of the cell wall. It it supports and protects the cell wall. The next we have structure of a cell wall. Now see in this diagram which is present in our textbook, page number 68. This is the structure of the cell wall, where it has plasma membrane, soluble protein, cellulose, microfiber, pectin, hemicellulose, middle lamella and the primary cell wall. Now let's see the structure of the plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now in this picture you can observe it is a thin, fragile and elastic covering that separates the cell components from outer environment. Now fragile here means it can break easily or it can get destroyed easily. So plasma membrane is thin and fragile, and it is an elastic covering that separates the cell components from outer environment. Are you getting me, children? Is it easy to understand? Okay. Here again we have a picture. It is present on textbook page number 68. Structure of plasma membrane. Protein molecules are embedded in two layers of phospholipids. Plasma membrane is said to be selectively permeable membrane as it allows some substances to enter the cell while prevents other substances. It allows only selective substance to enter through permeable membrane. Now due to this property, useful molecules of water, salt and oxygen enter the cell and carbon dioxide exits the cell. If any changes occur outside the cell, the cellular environment does not change due to plasma membrane. So, this condition is called as homeostasis. Are you getting me, children? Now let us study the activities that consume cellular energy. Now observe the picture carefully, children. Here we have exocytosis and endocytosis. Now exocytosis means to excrete waste material out of the cell. Now observe in the picture, you can see the arrow moving outwards. That means the waste material are being excreted outside the cell. Okay. And endocytosis. It means to gulp or engulf food and other substances from outer environment. Here the arrow is moving inside the cell. So the process to gulp the food from other substances from outer environment. Now let's see the processes that don't consume cellular energy. The first one is diffusion. It means entry or exit of small molecules like oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. So, this process is called as diffusion. It does not consume any cellular energy. The second process we have is osmosis. Now here the traveling of water from a part with more water to a part with less water through a selectively permeable membrane is called osmosis. Now look at the diagram over here. You can see the arrows moving towards in the cell, that is inside the cell, and outside the cell are the water molecule. So it is entering from more water to the less water part through a selectively permeable membrane. It is a physical process with three possibilities. Here we have osmosis in plant cell and osmosis in animal cell. This diagram is present in your textbook, page 68. Now let's see what is isotonic solution. Medium outside and inside the cell has same proportion of water. So water doesn't go in or out. So this is called as isotonic solution, where the amount of water transported into the cell is equal to the water transported out from the cell. The solute concentration inside the cell is equal to the solution outside the cell. So this is known as isotonic. Now, hypotonic solution. The cell has less water than outside medium. So, water enters the cell. This is called endomosis. Now here, as you can see, the arrows are moving inside the cell. So water is being transported into the cell. For example, if resins are kept in water, after some time they swell and become turgid. You must have seen this. Resins means in Hindi we say kishmish. When we soak them in water, after some time they swell. Yes, you must have seen it, children. So this is an example of hypotonic solution. Hypertonic solution. Now here the cell has more water than the outside medium. So water comes out of the cell. Here you can see the arrows moving outside the cell. So water is transported out from the cell. Now for example, if fruit pieces are kept in thick saturated sugar solution, the water from the fruit pieces enter the sugar solution. So the fruit pieces shrink after a while. If plant cell or animal cell is kept in hypertonic solution, water comes out of the cell by the process of exosmosis, and there is a contraction of cytoplasm. So children, this process is called plasmolysis. Now the next component of cell is cytoplasm. See in this picture, there is present cytoplasm. It is the fluid between plasma membrane and nucleus. Here in the bottom you can see the cytoplasm present in the cell. It is the fluid between plasma membrane and nucleus. It is a moving, sticky substance. Many cell organelles are suspended in cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the medium for cellular chemical reaction. The part of cytoplasm other than organelle is the cytosol. Now this cytosol stores vital substances like amino acids, glucose, vitamins, etc. In animal cells, cytoplasm is more granular and dense, while in plant cell it is thin and mostly pushed to the periphery due to a larger central vacuole. So, this is the cytoplasm present in the cell. Now here we can see an onion peeling. If we observe this onion peeling under the microscope, we can see the cells of onion peeling. We can also observe the cell wall, nucleus, cytoplasm and vacuole. So this is the picture which is present on page number 69 of our textbook. So children, let's summarize what we have learned today. Now, exocytosis, a process in which material inside a cell is packed into vesicles and are excreted into the extracellular medium. You can see in the picture. And endocytosis is a process in which plasma membrane invaginates and fold inwards to form a vesicle that brings substances into the cell. Now let's see what is diffusion and osmosis. Now diffusion means the solute molecules move from a high to a low concentration, whereas in osmosis, solvent molecules move from low to high solute concentration, as you can observe in this picture, and you will understand it better. So this is the difference between diffusion and osmosis. Okay children? Now the next which we have learnt is isotonic, hypotonic, hypertonic solution. So what is isotonic solution? A solution of equal concentration to a cell. Hypotonic, a solution of lower concentration than a cell. It means it has higher water potential. And hypertonic, a solution of higher concentration than a cell. That means it has lower water potential. Understood children? So this is isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic solution. So this is all for today's session children. I hope you all must have understood the components of cells which we have learned today. Thank you children. In our next video, we will learn the next component of cell.